You know that moment when your cat finishes in the litter box and then, zoom! They bolt out of there like they're late for work. It's hilarious, but it's also kind of puzzling. Why do cats suddenly sprint out of their litter box? Believe it or not, they are real instincts, hygiene reasons, and even health signals behind this quirky behavior. And today, we're breaking it all down. Let's dive in. If you've lived with a cat, you've probably seen them suddenly dash across the room for no clear reason. These sudden bursts of energy are known as the zoomies. In the scientific world, they're often called frantic random activity periods or FRAPs. Cats of all ages get zoomies, but they tend to be more common in younger cats and those with high energy levels. So what do zoomies have to do with the litter box? For many cats, using the litter box can trigger a zoomie session right after they're done. This isn't as random as it looks. Cats naturally build up energy during rest periods, and once they release themselves in the litter box, it's almost like a reset button. Their body feels lighter, and that triggers a natural burst of activity. By the way, if your cat does those wild midnight zoomies too, let us know in the comments. How fast can your kitty run across the living room? We'd love to know. Zoomies are also tied to how cats manage stress and excitement. Sometimes the act of going to the bathroom is stimulating enough to spark a sudden run. Other times, it's part of how their nervous system works. It's similar to a way of burning off a sudden spike of energy or even adrenaline. The thing to remember is that zoomies after the litter box are completely normal for most cats. It's part of their behavior. But to really understand this sprinting habit, we need to look deeper into their instincts. And that takes us to the fascinating role of wild survival instincts in cats. Cats may live in our homes today, but many of their behaviors are shaped by instincts from their wild ancestors. In the wild, using the bathroom was one of the most vulnerable moments for a cat. The scent they left behind could easily attract predators or alert rivals to their presence. So to protect themselves, wild cats developed the habit of quickly covering their waist and then moving away from the area as fast as possible. This instinct to eliminate and then create distance is still present in cats, also in the ones we share our home with today. Even though indoor cats are safe from predators, their brains are wired to respond as if danger could be nearby. Sprinting away from the litter box is part of this survival mechanism. It's their way of ensuring they are not followed or tracked. Some experts believe this sudden burst of movement is also tied to adrenaline. Once the cat finishes in the litter box, the instinct to escape kicks in, releasing that stored energy through a rapid sprint. This natural drive is so deeply rooted that even generations of domestication have not erased it. They are practicing behaviors that once kept their ancestors alive. But their instincts aren't the only factor. Sometimes the litter box itself feels uncomfortable or unclean. Cats are known for being some of the cleanest animals on the planet. They spend hours grooming themselves each day, making sure every inch of their fur is spotless. So when it comes to the litter box, it's no surprise that hygiene plays a big role in their behavior. Many cats sprint away right after using the box simply because, to them, it feels dirty. Even if you clean it regularly, the lingering scent or the feel of litter can trigger an instant need to escape or run. Quick question, how often do you scoop your cat's litter box? Drop your answer in the comments. I bet every cat owner has a different system for this. Think about it. Your cat steps into a small enclosed space, does their business, and immediately is surrounded by a smell they naturally want to avoid. As we talked about it, wild cats will leave their waste behind to protect themselves from predators. That instinct still lives, and running out of the litter box is often their way of distancing themselves from what they consider unpleasant. Another factor is the state of the litter itself. If the box isn't cleaned often enough, cats may associate it with discomfort or stress. This can intensify their urge to run the moment they're finished. A clean, well-maintained litter box not only keeps your cat healthier, but can also reduce those dramatic post-bathroom sprints. Though sometimes it's about pure physical relief, which we'll explore next. Cats are fascinating creatures, and even the smallest part of their daily routine can carry meaning. Just like us, when a cat finishes its business, its body feels lighter and more comfortable. That sudden sense of release can trigger a burst of energy, almost like a reset button for their system. When cats use the litter box, they often engage their muscles, especially during bowel movements. Once the process is over, the physical tension is gone. This sudden shift from strain to ease can spark an energetic response, what you see as a quick sprint across the room. In a way, your cat is celebrating the comfort of being free from that pressure. Can't complain, we humans are similar after a 30-minute session. There's also a biological side to this. When waste is expelled, it signals to the body that everything is working properly. This can cause a surge of energy or even stimulate the nervous system, making the cat more alert and active. That explains why the sprint doesn't just happen randomly. It's connected directly to how their body feels after using the litter box. It's their body's way of responding to comfort and freedom. While relief may explain many cases, health conditions can also trigger this behavior. Cats are experts at hiding pain, so their behavior often becomes the first clue that something isn't right. If your cat bolts away every single time and it looks more frantic than playful, it could be a sign of discomfort. One common cause is a urinary tract infection or a UTI. These can make urination painful, and running away may be your cat's way of escaping the discomfort. Another possibility is constipation, where straining to pass stool leaves them distressed. This leads them to dash away once they're done. Anal gland issues can also irritate, making them rush out to escape that uncomfortable sensation. Diarrhea or inflammation in the intestines can trigger the same response. Instead of feeling relieved, your cat feels pain or irritation and instinctively tries to distance themselves from the litter box. So what should you look for? Keep an eye on repeated trips to the box without results, crying or meowing while inside, blood in the urine or stool, or straining. These are all red flags. If you notice any of these behaviors alongside the sudden sprinting, don't wait, schedule a vet visit immediately. Early detection can prevent much more serious problems and keep your cat healthy and comfortable. There can be a psychological reason behind this mysterious behavior as well. Cats may sprint out of the litter box not just for physical reasons, but also because of their psychological state. The litter box can make cats feel vulnerable, so as soon as they're done, running off quickly is their way of shaking off that feeling of exposure. In multi-cat households, this behavior is even more common. Some cats view the litter box as a potential spot for conflict or ambush. If another cat lurks nearby, they may dash out to avoid confrontation. Even if no threat is present, the instinct to escape fast has been built into their behavior over generations. Stress can also play a major role. A cat may associate the litter box with anxiety if it has had a negative experience there, such as being startled by a loud noise or finding the environment uncomfortable. Sprinting away becomes a way to release tension. On the other hand, some cats simply treat the post-litter dash as part of their routine, almost like a ritual. For them, it's a necessary task, and then moving on with fresh energy. Understanding these psychological triggers helps owners see that the behavior is not random but often rooted in deep instincts or emotional responses. So, now the question we all have in mind is, what can we as cat owners actually do to make things better? If your cat sprints out of the litter box, the first step is making sure the environment feels safe and comfortable. Cats are extremely sensitive to cleanliness, so keeping the litter box fresh is essential. Scooping at least once a day and doing a full litter change regularly can reduce odors and make the box more inviting. A dirty box can stress cats, and stress often shows up in sudden dashes or refusal to use the box altogether. If this tip helped you rethink your cat's setup, don't keep it to yourself. Send this video to a friend who's always complaining about their cat's litter box habits. Another important factor is accessibility. Experts recommend having at least one litter box per cat plus one extra. So if you have 2 cats, you should ideally have 3 boxes. Place them in different areas of the home, away from loud noises or high traffic zones. Privacy matters as well. Cats feel vulnerable while using the litter box, and a quiet, low-stress location can make a big difference. Also, pay close attention to your cat's behavior. Occasional zoomies are normal, but if your cat seems distressed, makes frequent trips without results, or avoids the box, it could be a medical issue. In that case, contact a vet. Finally, create a calm environment around bathroom time. Make sure there are no other pets that might intimidate them. Cats thrive when they feel safe, and their litter box routine is no exception. By combining cleanliness, privacy, and observation, you can help your cat feel more secure and healthier every day. So the next time your feline zooms past you, you'll know what's really going on. What is your cat's quirkiest litter box habit? Comment down below. We'd love to feature some of your stories in future videos. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more fun cat insights every week.